happening? ITheir Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 5 o'clock on a Monday. It is September 8th. Ryan and Rachel here with you. Probably a lot of tired folks this morning. They still have to watch that Bills game.
Oh my gosh, absolutely. That really was a nail-biter.
We're going to have the highlights for you. If you missed it, went to bed like I did, wow.
Yeah, exciting stuff there.
Yeah, it might bring chills. But that's also in the forecast, too, but has nothing to do with the Bills feeling.
Oh, I know. My husband was mad. He fell asleep on the couch before the comeback. And he even said, he was like, oh, I fell asleep before the Bills did well. I was like, oh, sorry. He was just trying to recover from his Lions losing yesterday against the Packers. Sore subject. Here's what it looks like this morning. Temperature-wise, it is chilly in a lot of spots, like in Cortland, Norwich, Ithaca. Cortland and Ithaca are in the 30s this morning, so a little bit of patchy frost in some areas. We actually do have our first frost advisory in effect for overnight early tomorrow morning for the Adirondacks. And we're nice and clear with one exception. We got one lake effect shower that's impacting from Baldwinsville all the way across the thruway exit into the Camillus area, so probably have at least a little bit of some rainfall right there. There's just that one little spot. Otherwise, a chilly start to our morning as we are starting the first full week of school. Highs today as they're coming home from school, 67. Have a great day, everybody.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
And a very good Monday morning to you. A live view right now from the Energy Saver Skynet 9 camera out over downtown Syracuse. Bit of a chilly start to our Monday, the first full week of school, and we're looking good. Other than it, there's definitely chill in the air. We have some spots that are in the 30s for you, which there could even be some patchy frost areas south and east of Syracuse in our valley areas. We have 40s to near 50 in Oswego. That's where we have some clouds and even a little bit of some lake effect rain showers happening. A chilly start to the morning at the bus stop. The kids are going to want their fleece jackets, sweatshirts, and then this afternoon enjoying another pleasant afternoon. 67 for the highs for today, and very similar to what we had yesterday with our highs. So like when you're in the sun, it feels great, but then in the shade and in the morning hours, you're going to feel a little bit of that coolness. Pretty chilly tonight again tonight. Even colder actually for a lot of us. Mid-30s, mid-40s for a lot of you. Even colder as you go up into the Adirondacks, and that's where we find our first frost advisory of the season, where temperatures could get into the low to mid-30s as you go into parts of northern Oneida County, Lewis County, and deeper into the Adirondacks. Despite our cold morning tomorrow, we warm up very nicely with those highs back into the mid-70s, more seasonable weather and pretty much dry too. We're looking pretty quiet as we have our wide view here from our satellite and radar. We noticed a few clouds kind of coming off the lakes. We've been dealing with some lake clouds and even a few lake showers. We've had this one batch of rain kind of move through the just outside of Baldwinsville, Camillus area, about to dip down towards the west side and Onondaga Hill, which is a quick shower. Nice little garden shower just to kind of help the garden, the plants and whatnot. So if you are in our typical cooler spots, and if you have any sensitive plants or vegetables or anything like that, you might want to cover them up or at least protect them for tonight and tomorrow morning. But this afternoon looking very pleasant again, a nice blend of sun and clouds. No major issues going on for today, and then we keep it on that chillier side tonight with that clear sky, calm wind, and that really allows our temperatures to fall off. So it's cold tomorrow morning, even by early September standards, but we look very nice and rebound pretty decently in the afternoon with highs in the 70s. And then we're going to keep it like that the rest of the day. Got great of the Syracuse Mets. We're looking good for anyone heading up to the Dome on Friday. Also, it's really nice too with highs in the 70s.
Right now it is 5:15. More local news coming up at 5.
Forecast first. Certified is Central New York's most accurate.
Well, we have a very nice day in the works. Once again, after we get through a bit of a chilly start to our day, we'll have a nice blend of both sun and clouds. Temperatures very similar to what we had yesterday with those highs getting into the mid to upper 60s. So great for those outdoor activities. Not too warm out there. When you're in the sun, it feels really, really nice. Not quite as breezy as what we had yesterday, too. We got some much needed rainfall last week, so maybe that kind of perked up your lawns a little bit. And you're like, ooh, okay, maybe I got to get that lawnmower out. Maybe for the first time in a couple of weeks. Very nice weather for the next few days to cut that lawn if you need to. And it's only getting warmer as the week goes on. We have a lot of days in the 70s this week with little to no rain coming at us again.
Hard to receive a good chunk of change, a $100,000 ticket sold in Constantia, and two $50,000 tickets here also were sold in Plattsburgh and Alexandria Bay. So here's a look at the numbers from that drawing over the weekend. The winning numbers 11, 23, 44, 61, and 62. 17 was the Powerball. Constantia's not far, just saying. Could have a friend who watches Channel 9 in the morning, want to send over some coffee maybe for their winnings.
Yeah, it's the least they could do with
It's the least they could do.
that jackpot. Maybe some bagels, too.
Yeah. I mean, cream cheese. No, the whole deal.
And splurge for the fancy creamer, probably.
Yeah, the whole meal
there you
deal.
go.
Well, you have the whole gang here today. It's Ryan, Rachel, and Kate, and it was a chilly walk
Yeah, it was
from the car
cold.
to the studio this morning. I said,
Yeah.
oh.
Yeah, I was cold last night. I mean, we still have our ACs in our windows, and I was like, oh.
Time to get those out of there.
Yeah,
maybe?
well,
Maybe.
no, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. There's still going to be some use for it this
So what
week.
about for the kiddos at the bus stop? Will we want to bundle them up a little
Yeah. I had pants picked out for my girls this morning.
Yeah, well,
And the t-shirts, and then, it's all about, we're in layer season.
we are in layers.
We are in full-blown layer season. Yeah, you're going to want the sweatshirts and the fleece coats this morning, but then have them ready to go with the t-shirts later today. It's 37 in Cortland and in Ithaca. We have 48 in Syracuse and up in Fulton. All right, we're pretty quiet. We've had a little bit of some lake effect rain, not much, but we have one little shower moving over Syracuse into the valley, over Onondaga Hill this morning. So just a heads up with that. Otherwise, it's pretty quiet. Our weather today is very similar to what we had yesterday, pleasant, with temperatures in the mid to upper 60s.
All right, thank you, Kate. We start with the traffic.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Hey, good morning, everybody. Live you right now from the Energy Saver Skynet 9 camera. We can see a little sliver breaks in the clouds where we're noticing that subtle orange glow. We'll get that a little bit brighter here as the morning goes on. Temperature-wise, it is a chilly start to our day. A lot of us are waking up in the 40s. We even have a few 30s in some of our typical cooler spots, and even a few 50s closer towards the lakeshore and maybe where we can find some extra cloud cover going on. It is a cold start to our morning, though, our chilliest morning we've had so far this school year. So temperatures in the 40s and 50s, and our highs today as the kids are coming home from school, 67. So I'm sure the kids will get a kick out of the 6-7 for our high today. If you know, you know. You got temperatures going on in the 60s for those highs. We're running well below normal for this time of year. It is even colder tonight, though, for everyone. We got 40s for overnight lows, even some 30s with some patchy frost possible, with the best chance of frost happening up in the Adirondacks. That's where we find our first frost advisory of this season. That does include northern Oneida and Lewis counties. So if you have any sensitive vegetation that you're going to want to protect, put a sheet over or bring inside if they're mobile, you probably are going to want to do that for tonight. Despite the cold start to the day tomorrow, it is very pleasant in the afternoon, even warmer by almost 10 degrees for some of us, with those highs in the mid-70s. On the satellite and radar, we are pretty quiet. We have some lake clouds coming off of both Lake Erie and Lake Ontario for us, and so that's kind of helped with our fluctuation of temperatures. We've also been dealing with a brief shower that's been kind of moving now towards the south and east of Syracuse, kind of pushing over towards the FM area and eventually down towards towards Pompey, Fabius. Other than that, we're pretty quiet for the rest of the day, too. We're in a dry stretch here. There's very little rain happening today. We have some of that lake effect going on, but that is really about it. We have hardly anything coming at us rain-wise for the entire week. Beautiful sunny skies this afternoon with a few clouds. Very similar weather to what we had yesterday, just not quite as windy. A little bit of a breeze from the northwest. Then we clear that sky out. We got a calm wind going on, and that really allows those temperatures to drop to the 30s and 40s tomorrow morning. And then we're treated to another bright sunny day tomorrow. Highs climbing. We got 60s by noontime and ending the day in the 70s. So great for those outdoor sports. No major issues. We're not, freezing out there or overheating or anything like that. Just looking really, really nice. And also it's great for the last home stretch of the Syracuse Mets. They got a really fun week coming at you too. Temperatures, daytime highs in the 70s, overnight lows 40s and 50s. We'll see if we can get a couple of showers on Thursday. Otherwise, it may not be until next week when most of us gets any rain.
Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Alrighty, heading out the door this morning as we are about to have our first Monday of the school year. It is a chilly start to our day, but very nice and pleasant for this afternoon. Mainly dry as well with a nice mix of sun and clouds.
Thank you so much. It is 5:50. Here is your news on the go. Much quieter weather here at home compared to other parts of the Northeast. The National Weather Service confirming a tornado actually touched down on Saturday in central Massachusetts. Trees and power lines falling to the ground. Thousands of people lost power. It's still not clear if there were any injuries.
Overseas now, new details into the newsroom about a shooting attack injury.
In that sunshine, hopefully you're able to get outside and enjoy. We have very little to no rain coming at us this week. We've been dealing with literally one shower this morning. We had that cooler air blowing over the lake, so we've been dealing with some lake showers, but there's really not going to be much. And we're keeping it dry. Another dry stretch coming at us with little to no rain happening all the way through the end of the week. We have a backdoor front on Thursday, so there might be a few showers later, but again, very hardly any. Very little to nothing going on, and even for Sunday into next week. So it's going to be a while before we see any decent rainfall around here. After picking up some much needed rain last week, Mother Nature has turned off the spigot for us. So you want to keep an eye on those plants, those mums, maybe that you're starting to grab now, and keep an eye on those.
Good thing those are hardy.
Yeah. Yeah, with our cold nights coming at us.
Yes, this is true. Well, live long and
TV Syracuse, the local station. You're watching the morning news.
A very good morning to you. Welcome in. It is 6 o'clock on a Monday morning. It is September 8th. I'm getting used to still dark.
I know,
time,
and chilly.
And chilly.
It was a chilly start today. Kate says we are full-blown in that layer season for the kiddos.
When you get to the bus stop, right, Kate? It's going to be keeping warm in the morning, then shedding those layers in the afternoon.
I know. I was in my basement doing the clothes swap going on this weekend and pulling out the next size of the fleece coats for my toddlers. So we're looking pretty chilly again this morning. Our coolest morning we've had in quite some time. It's 39 in Hamilton, 37 in Cortland. Syracuse, we were at 48. We've now bumped it up to about 52 at the moment. Things are pretty quiet. We do have some lake clouds and a couple of very light lake effect rain showers, just more sprinkles than anything going on from Pompey to Cazenovia. So we'll see a little bit of that mostly this morning. Otherwise, this afternoon, very similar day to what we had yesterday. Highs in the upper 60s. And then we have more 70s and dry weather coming at us this week. I'll have that for you in the 7-day coming up.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Very good Monday morning to you. Live view right now out over the Energy Saver Skynet 9 camera. From downtown, looking out over downtown from the zoo, we've got some cloud cover, just enough breaks in the clouds to have a really pretty sunrise in the making. We still have about 20 minutes or so before that sun does officially come up, but it is 52 degrees outside, a bit of a chilly start to our morning. We are in full-blown layer season. This week is a prime example of it, where we are going to have some cool mornings and some warm afternoons. So we have anywhere from the 30s, 40s, and 50s, depending on where you live. If you're in our typical cooler spots, you are in the mid-30s, possibly even some patchy frost going on this morning. Not ruling that out. So sweatshirts, fleece coats for the kids at the bus stop this morning, and then they can enjoy their t-shirts and whatnot this afternoon. Our weather today very similar to what we had yesterday, with those highs in the upper 60s. You get some sunshine, and especially when you're in the sun and not much of a wind, it feels really, really nice. But that doesn't happen until the second half of our day. So after school, after work today, looking really nice for any of those outdoor activities, fall sports, anything like that, you are good to go. It's colder tonight, though. Everyone is dipping down to at least the mid-40s to perhaps even the mid-30s. And that's because we are clear. We're mostly calm tonight, and we have our first frost advisory of the season. This is in effect for the Adirondacks. It does include Lewis and northern Oneida counties, and that's where temperatures could get as cold as 33 to 37. So if you have any sensitive plants, vegetables, anything like that, you're not sure if it'll do well when it gets that cold, you're going to want to cover them up tonight. But for tomorrow, even though it's cold in the morning, we warm it up really nicely with those highs in the mid-70s for tomorrow. So today's kind of actually our coolest day that we are going to have for the next week or so. And things are pretty quiet. Now, because we do have this colder air, not only at the surface, but the upper levels too, we are generating some lake clouds and even a few lake showers. Not much. We've got a couple little sprinkles moving off from Oswego over near Hastings, and we've been dealing with a brief shower that's kind of fizzled out just outside of Cazenovia this morning. So outside of that, it's another dry stretch of weather. We picked up some much needed rain last week, but after that, there is hardly any rain coming at us. And I know a lot of you are really hurting for rains, especially with anyone with the wells and whatnot, and I don't have any of that for you. The rain we have today is very, very minimal at best, and there's really nothing coming at us again for the next week or so. We'll try again maybe on Thursday, but there's nothing happening tomorrow too. It is bright and it is sunny. Very pleasant for, not interfering with any outdoor activities. Maybe you have to mow because of the rain that we had last week. I mean, you're good there as well. We wake up a little bit warmer Wednesday morning, but our temperatures are going to keep adding on each and every day to the 70s. Eventually getting close to 80 degrees at times once we get to Wednesday, Thursday. So I mentioned Thursday, a little bit of chance of rain. There's not much. There is a backdoor cold front, which means it comes at us from kind of the opposite direction we usually get. I really don't think we'll get much out of it, and then we'll try maybe like a week from now.
A backdoor cold front?
I'm not making it up. I've mentioned it before. Not very often, but it comes up once in a while.
Yeah, it sounds like a friend stabbing you in the back.
Yeah, it's not a made-up weather term, I
it's cold
promise.
now. Wait,
yeah,
that
just wait.
cold front comes in. All right. Well, let's live long and...
Now, your forecast first. Certified as Central New York's most accurate.
Well, today's going to be a gorgeous day to do any golfing, if that's what you plan on doing on your Monday, or maybe you still have golf league going on into the fall season. So, of course, our sunset is getting earlier and earlier. We're closer to 7:30 now, and our temperatures today, very pleasant. It is a bit cool this morning. You're probably reaching for a pullover to get out the door, but then you can get away probably with that T-shirt this afternoon. If you plan on doing any boating still, well, we have temperatures in the 60s, a little cooler along the lake. Wave heights about 1 to 2 feet. We do have some lake clouds and a few lake effect spotty showers happening this morning. But other than that, there's really not much rain happening for the next week. We have temperatures in the 70s, and we're expected to stay somewhat warm, 70s, all the way through the third week of September for a bit. Okay. So that's not bad.
No, that means we're more road construction.
My favorite.
I know. The season has been extended. Let's go to our question. As some people are receiving a nice chunk of change. Listen to this. A $100,000 ticket sold at Buckingham Market on Redfield Street in Constantia. and two $50,000 tickets were sold in Plattsburgh and Bay.
I'd take any of those.
I know.
Yeah, I mean 100,000 preferably, but yeah, I'll take 50 as well.
But, I mean,
so let's show you the numbers quickly from Saturday's drawing. Here it is: 11, 23, 44, 61, and 62. Powerball is 17. So now I think it goes back down to 20 million. Of course, nobody got time to play that. 20
Yeah,
million.
oh, that's nothing.
I know. Don't you love it up here? Like 20 million? No, I'm not going to buy.
Chump change.
nice.
Welcome in. You have the gang here, and we are waking up on a chilly morning. Some people in the 30s this morning.
Yeah. A little bit of patchy frost.
Welcome
we
to
have
fall.
our first frost advisory of the season.
We knew it was coming.
I know. When I pulled up the map this morning, I was like, oh man, we got Blue County shaded in already. Tis the
Pretty
season.
sky, though, Kate.
It is beautiful out there. I know. Look how red that is on the horizon. And we can see that one little shower off in the distance, too. How cool is that? So it is cool. We got some 30s, 40s, and even 50 in Fulton. So it just depends on where you live. And, of course, elevation plays a big part of that as well. On the satellite and radar, got a couple of those very spotty showers. There's the shower that we just saw very briefly on Tower Cam over in Madison County. We got one little shower just outside of Hastings, too. This is like a little bit of lake effect, that cooler air over the lake, so we got a couple little spits of rain, but other than that, it's very pleasant again today. Highs in the mid to upper 60s.
All right, thank you, Kate. Let's turn to a traffic.
Now, Storm Team meteorologist Kate Thornton with Central New York's most accurate forecast.
Well, a very good Monday morning. Wow, this sunrise is spectacular. Look how that sun is just in just a sweet spot between the horizon and the cloud deck. Absolutely stunning with a capital S. Love it. Man, our tower cam gets the best ones. Another really cool view is we're looking from the Energy Saver Skynet 9 camera. I'm going to go on this side. From the zoo looking out over downtown. I mean, you can really tell we're getting deeper and deeper into the season because now our sun is getting deeper this way. Eventually, once we get closer to December, that sun's going to be kind of over here at this point because of the tilt of the Earth. So I just always find that very fascinating, but a beautiful, cool start to our day. It's 52 right now at the airport. We have other spots that are in the 35 right now in Cincinnati. So there's probably some patchy frost in some of these outlying areas. We have 40s from Fayetteville to Central Square, Redfield 42, Woodgate also at 42. So a chilly start to our morning out the bus stop that the kids are about to get, especially those high schoolers who are maybe grabbing the bus pretty soon. They're going to want at least a sweatshirt with them. It's a bit cool out there, but very pleasant this afternoon. Temperatures, we got 67 degrees for you. So looking pretty good for those highs, very similar to what we had yesterday, a little bit cooler near the lakeshore. We have a bit of a breeze coming off the lake, and so we've been dealing with some lake clouds and even a few spotty showers, but very dry, very clear and calm tonight. And so it's even colder. We're waking up in the mid-30s to even mid-40s tomorrow, and it is so cold tomorrow morning. We have our first frost advisory of the season. Now, it's for the Adirondacks, rightfully so. They're always a touch colder compared to everyone else. But it does include Lewis and northern Oneida counties, and that's where temperatures could get as low as the mid-30s. So just a heads up there for the plants. And then everyone else, after our cold start to the day tomorrow, very nice during the day. We got sunny with a high of 75. Just looking really, really nice weather for the rest of the week. If you like it dry, sunny, and comfortably warm. Now, I know there are some of you that are probably screaming at the TV at me saying, I need some rain. My wells need it, my yards need it, whatnot. I hear you, but unfortunately, we don't have any of that going on. We have just a few of these very light passing showers, some lake showers that we've been dealing with this morning, but it's not really doing much. I mean, thank goodness we picked up some beneficial rain last week, but there's little to none of that happening this week. So we got to just enjoy the nice weather while we have it because, well, we know what's in a few months around the corner. Let's not think too much about that now, but we're looking pretty quiet overnight and got a chilly start to the day tomorrow. Bright and sunny, looking very nice, especially like if you have kids that are playing fall sports, you got to be out there and watch them. Considering how tough spring was, this fall, I mean, with this stretch of weather, we'll take it. We're trying to, squeeze out these last little bit of activities. Apple season is upon us now, doing all the fall fun things. Should be a really nice weekend for it, too. Okay?
Time to make some core memories.
Yes.
Oh.
I see what you did there.
So,
all right.
So punny.
First, certified as Central New York's most accurate.
All right, it's chilly this morning, but very nice this afternoon. Those highs in the upper 60s.